Happy Saturday, guys. Hope you're doing well. It is chilly here in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is expected for December. I hope that you're enjoying the day and you're not too anxious about this month. I mean, the holidays can be really kind of anxious for people, or some people get in the spirit. I'm having a little trouble getting in the spirit, but here on Saturday, I'm blessed with this shop and I'm able to make some things, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. It's not that it's completely easy, but it's something that I really like to do. So today we're going to be making this multi-layer ornament. This was what I call a remembrance piece because someone reached out to me on Facebook and said, hey, do you think you can cut an ornament with a friend's name on it? A friend of mine, his friend died during college or passed away, and he really wants to remember them. So I'm skipping the name. So I went ahead and cut all the pieces out, and we're going to put together the wood top and the little pieces that go inside of it. So let's get on with this, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about why I did this in ornaments in general. So appreciate it. By the way, I'm Ryan, hacking things my whole life. I'm so glad you're here. In order to create this top piece, which is has the logo cut out, I grabbed the SVG, the vector file. SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic, and I grabbed the vector file of the claw, and then I went ahead and did a path and outlined a stroke. I basically offset a stroke, and it gave me this shape. And then I took the Pathfinder and Illustrator, and I added a bunch of other things, and I took this great font that I'll list below. My daughter thought that the font that I was using before was a little boring, so I decided to get a more creative font. And since this is the Clemson Tigers, I tried to get something that was a little bit more rawr. So I thought that that was cool. So I had some orange acrylic on hand, so I decided to use that. And what I did is I broke up the file into different pieces, and I obviously labeled them different colors inside of the Glowforge app, and in Illustrator, I labeled them different colors in Illustrator, and then they went over to different operations inside of the laser cutting app, which I use at Glowforge. I also have a ComGrow and some other laser printers. So this is going to be the back. I may not use this. One of the things that's important to look at is some materials. I use a lot of found materials. They're a little warped. So, but if you have a back like this that's pretty solid, you will not need to worry about it bending or it being rigid. This acrylic is pretty flat stuff. So what the plan is here, I'm going to glue this to this piece here, which looks good by itself, and I am going to just fill in the object. So you could just do that minimally, and you would have a pretty cool design, but that's not what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue. Now, I've never used this glue, but I'm going to I've used this for acrylics, but I'm gonna just dab it on and just see how it goes. And the first thing I'm noticing is I don't like the smell. It's not what I used before. I used crazy glue before, CA glue, which is just super glue. So that looks like enough for me. You hardly need any, so which means you just kind of have to dab it and put it there. And then I'm going to put this here on here, making sure it lines up. And I'm going to use one of my clamps. I get a bunch of these clamps at Harbor Freight, and that's what I'm going to do here. I guess I use rubber bands a lot. And I don't know how long it'll take to set this glue up, but I really don't care. So obviously when you have this claw that's right here, you don't need to go through the effort, but let's go check to see what it looks like now. So I cut out these little letters, and the key to cutting out and grabbing these little letters from the laser cutter is to use a piece of masking tape when you're done with the laser cutter so that they all come up, and the masking tape really holds. So that's going to go right inside of there. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to just get, instead of this brush, all I need to do for these tiny pieces is, oops, I just spilt this glue. I think what I'm going to do is put some glue on this thing here, and that way I'm going to dip in the oh, I just put it the wrong way. Thought I would be able to do this. I think I need a pair of tweezers. I think I have tweezers right here. So I'm going to use the tweezers from now on. A lot of people take off the masking tape a lot different, but I think it's kind of therapeutic to just remove it with my fingernails, especially something like this that's so small. But it's a little bit of extra effort to go through this multi-layer, but you saw that you could have had a product right at the beginning if you were to so I'm removing the plastic right now. You would have it. So I'm going to take my thing and dip it in to the glue, and then I'm going to put it into its spot right there. So you can see I got the jack down there. Now I'm just going to work on the A. Now there's some spots that it would be nice if the inside, like the inside part of the A was done, but at the same time I don't know if it's really needed. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to grab this, dip it into the glue, and put it into its spot, kind of like if you've ever played what's that surgery game? What is that surgery game where you play you have to fit it into the spots using a pair of tweezers? I don't know, but that's what it is. So I'm going to take this K here and dip it into the glue, and then drop it into place. Oh, this one is taking a while. I think I did it backwards. That's all right. The glue is clear. We don't need to worry about it. Yeah, I think this would take some practice. So that's done. So now that that's there, I'm going to take my little tweezers, and I'm going to take these big pieces off here. Ah, I just dripped it on there. I just dripped it. I just gotta get it clean. This is not a very good brush to do it. I should be using a smaller paintbrush to be getting this glue out. I'm just using the default brush that came with it, and it's not working out that great. Every time I get it in the, it's just a mess. Yep. That's it. So now what I'm going to do is use a bunch of these clamps, and then I'm going to hold these down. So after a period of time, the glue dries pretty good, and gosh, I love these clamps. And there it is. You can add as much detail as you want. The font sometimes has little artifacts. Those little artifacts right there, I decided just to leave them out because it was just a demo. But I really like it. I will tell you that I made one this size, and I like this size a little bit better. I'm thinking about making a keychain, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks. Whatever you do, make something that connects someone. Love you. Peace out. I hope you have a beautiful December. Take care.